Executive hiring for startups is a true art, and it's hard to do well. My name's Henry. I'm the founder and CEO of Carta. When I was learning to be a founder and CEO, there's no manual on how to do it. You only learn by doing and learning from others who have done it. So the best advice I always got was from other founder CEOs that had done the same thing for me. So my hope is to share some of the things I learned for the next generation of founder and CEOs and see if I can be helpful. Executive hiring for startups is a true art, and it's hard to do well. One of the conventional wisdoms that I think lead startup founders astray is that they should hire out of Google and Facebook. It's just the environment of those large companies doesn't work in a startup world. That engineer from Google doesn't have to set up the cloud server and the Amazon credentials and all of those things, but they do need to do those things at a startup. And those are the types of skills that get lost when you go work for these large organizations. You don't know how to build things from the ground up. The other problem is they usually come with a playbook. They've seen how it's done at Salesforce. They've seen how it's done at Facebook. And they say, oh, that's what I do. And I bring this playbook to a startup. But by definition, there's no playbook for startups. Startups are an anomaly. They're not supposed to work. And the only reason they work is they do something different than nobody else has done. And so the question becomes, okay, well, if you don't hire out of Facebook and Google, where do you hire from? And I think you hire people that were early employees at startups that have scaled. And then they come in and they teach you what they learned from building out these other startups. And you can call it a 0 to 1 employee or a 1 to N employee. And 0 to 1 is the very early stage, and 1 to N is later stage. In the very early stages, you go for these 0 to 1 employees that just love that getting things off the ground feeling. And then once it's off the ground, unfortunately, a lot of those employees actually don't love the scaling process because it becomes somewhat mundane and routine for them, right? You have a job and you just keep doing the job. You're not figuring out how to build support anymore. You're just solving the support tickets. You're not figuring out how to build the CRM solution and how to prospect for new customers. You're now just prospecting for new customers and entering the data in the CRM. And that's a very different type of employee. And being a startup is all about building things and often everything from the ground up. And you need to find people that know how to do that.